Everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening. It is an all-new Style Chronicles. I am your host, Terrence Styles. You will not, when I say you will not believe who I have as this Monday's guest co-host. Like if you haven't been on social media and seeing everything on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, then I don't know where you've been. But I have none other than Cocktails and Convo with Marco.
Yes. Hey, you guys. Hi. My sugar poo.
Yes, I have none other than Mr. Miss Marco.
Yes, with a slash.
Right.
Miss goes first, darling.
You are best.
Oh,
but yes, my fellow castmates of City Boys and everything and such.
Oh gosh.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Like you are Cinco de Mayo down boots.
Girl, you see I got my Latino high ponytail
Right?
honey, in my hood. Ow.
Your bamboo earrings
At least two
pair.
Two. Absolutely.
Oh my God, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I've dreamed about being a host of this show.
I know you have. And the day has finally come. It has
dun.
arrived. But you know what? I wanted to save you for when the weather breaks.
Absolutely. Because you want to be in a booty show, huh?
Right. That's what I thought she was coming.
You know what? I would have been in a
cheeks
booty
out.
show. I would have, honey, but I didn't get these legs waxed. Honey, so
okay.
A jump hole will do.
Okay.
Yes, go.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, our chronicle for tonight is Legends, Statements, and Stars, and we'll get into that in just a few moments.
Excited.
But it's time for Alright, so it's time for our weekend recap. What a weekend.
Oh my gosh, wasn't it a weekend?
Weekend.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
Yes. I like you said indifferent because I would have said the good, bad, and the ugly.
Oh, no,
but
indifferent.
I like you said indifferent. I'm glad you said that. Yes.
Indifferent.
So my weekend started off on Friday after work. Had to get my hair cut and try to get freshened up and all that good stuff for the weekend.
Yes, with the fresh cut.
And I had to take graduation pictures.
I know. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I can't wait. I'm coming.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you're coming.
We're going to turn
yes.
the way up. Okay.
Yes. So I finally finished school. Last week was my last week.
Yay.
Finals is done. I'm just anticipating graduation, May 17th. So I took graduation pictures. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't have took none. She was like,
the mother
well, you gotta
always
take pictures.
wants
I said, well, you gonna pay for them then, because I'm not.
Every mother wants to see this.
I just want my degree. That's all I care about. Just give me my degree. That's all I care about. But she wanted me to take pictures, so I did. And so that was cool, or what have you. And I chilled for the rest of the, pretty much for the rest of the day, for that evening. And then, because I wanted to rest up for Saturday.
Oh gosh, Saturday.
My
Lord have mercy.
So Saturday comes, and I take my little self down to DC to film for the reality show that Marco and I are on, City Boys.
Yes, filming.
And when I say, baby, when I say, and before I say anything, somebody on the line. WPBRadio.com, Style Chronicles.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Caller, are you there? Hello, caller?
I heard somebody. Caller? Caller, you there? Call us back, caller.
Okay.
All right, so anticipated filming.
Yes.
Now I knew it probably would be a little tense because when a good amount of us get together, we all have strong personalities.
When 3 or more are gathered, honey.
But you know, when we filmed the weekend before, it wasn't all that.
That's because it was informative for me.
Okay.
So,
okay. But okay, all right. But also certain people weren't there.
Absolutely.
So it was a little bit more milestone.
It was very mild. It was
very mellow.
Yes.
Caller, you on the line? Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, caller. Oh my gosh, is this Magda? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is my supervisor.
Oh, your supervisor.
Hi, honey.
Hi, supervisor.
We're doing good. We're in here just having a wonderful time. I'm so happy to be here with Terrence Styles.
Yes, we just having a good time tonight. It's the Style Chronicles. It's pretty much we talk about everything from entertainment, music, news. We talk about different topics. Like tonight, it's called Legends, Statements, and Stars. We're going to talk about the ballroom community. So
and that's why I'm here, darling.
Yeah, right. So we just have a good time and just wild out. Of course. Cocktails and convo with Marco. I mean, really.
Duh.
Right? If I had some hair, I would flip it.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you, darling. I love you more. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, gosh, I am enjoying myself already. Yes. I'm loving it.
So, Saturday taping was, I knew it would be tense because of, when a lot of us get together, at least 5 of us get together.
That's crazy.
I just didn't expect what happened. That's all I'm saying. Without getting into great details.
I didn't expect what happened to happen either. I.e., water, cups, broken glass. I wasn't expecting all of that. And
getting put out.
Yeah.
Being accused.
The wrong person.
Right. About to go to blows. Yeah.
Oh gosh, it was crazy.
Yes.
Stun guns and all.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
I almost had to put out tear.
Oh.
Don't do that.
It was
a day. It was a day.
It definitely was a day. Yeah, but I mean,
you guys have to watch. I'm telling you, this show is like going to be absolutely epic. When I say epic, epic.
Yeah, for people that don't know any of us whatever it is that we do outside of that, I think they're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be shocked. Some may be disappointed. Because I know for me, a lot of people think they know me, and I think when this show comes out, I think they're going to see a different side of me that they never saw before. For those that really don't know me. Now, those that do, they're probably like, okay, yeah, that's terrible.
Child, well, I know the people at my church honey gonna be like, oh my God, I did not think.
Right. Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting.
I'm excited, nonetheless.
Yeah. So my Sunday pretty much was chill. I didn't really do a whole lot. I just was anticipating the week because I knew it was coming. So I just chilled at home and relaxed and watched the 3rd installment of RHOA.
Epic.
So we're gonna get to that in the Style Report. So how was your weekend?
Oh my gosh, my weekend was so eventful. It was absolutely eventful. So Friday, my memory is like shabu, so I'm just going to give you a whole overflow of my entire weekend. The days just run together sometimes. So Friday, I had a gathering to go to attend with one of my good friends, and it was really nice.
Okay.
It was really nice. The libation was flowing.
Yeah.
My kind of party.
Right.
And it was really cute. It was really nice, and the anticipation of Saturday, so I was like, oh gosh, I have to go and be beat, honey, and just because I had to do some question asking and question answering. I was like, okay, let me get my mind together, honey, and then charge my taste, honey, because I didn't know where it was going to go. Didn't know how it was going to go, honey.
Well, you know it was going to come from me. You ain't know you ain't have to take.
Oh, of course not, honey. Of course not.
Yeah,
honey, but that's just when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That is true. That is true.
So Saturday, it was an emotional. Saturday taping was it was
a roller coaster ride.
It was definitely up, down, highs, lows.
Yes.
It was crazy. A lot of unforeseen things came out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
It was.
Then the Mayweather fight, and then everything that's going on with him. That's absolutely epic and crazy. Mayweather, if you're listening, call me. But that was crazy. And then after that, my Sunday, it was very chill. It was very, very chill. I Saturday. So it was one of my dearest darling friend's birthdays. Yeah, and he'll be on the show later.
certain person's birthday.
Yeah, so we had a dinner party for him, and we just turned up. It was absolutely amazing. And that was pretty much it. We had a nice little cute little time, and
cool.
That was it.
Cool, good stuff. Good. Did you go to the rooftop yesterday? in DC. At the, I can't say the place because I'm gonna be giving them.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them promotion, but it's on Rhode Island.
No, I didn't go. I heard about that. No, I didn't go.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I was gonna go, but a buddy of mine, I was trying to get to go with me. I was like, let's go. It's nice outside. And he never budged, so I just left well enough.
No, yesterday I went to a party, honey, and it was a real. It was like a semi rooftop party. It was really nice, you know, and it was just really, like, you know, it was very intimate. Like, I like intimate gatherings. I don't like when it's 1,000 or 600 people, honey. You know, I'm like a good. Give me like a good 10, 15. Yeah, and I'm good. You know, I can mingle, network, talk, and then that's that.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. It was good, and then
Cool. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So that's pretty much our weekend recap. We hope you guys had a great weekend, and it was very festive. And happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes. Drink it up. With margaritas and
Coronas
and just do it up.
Yes.
You know, be safe doing it. Be responsible.
Absolutely. Drink responsibly, ladies and gents.
Yeah, please do. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all you guys. All right, guys, when we come back, we'll have the Style Report, more Style Chronicles in a minute. Don't go nowhere.
None other, the one, the only.
Applause.
Yes. Had to play it. You'll see why in a moment.
All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, I am your host, Terrence Styles. I'm in the studio with my guest co-host on this fine Monday evening. It's Cinco freaking de Mayo.
Yes, it is.
And I have none other than my castmate of City Boys and also the host of Cocktails and Convo with Marco.
Cocktails and Convo.
Yes, Marco Monroe is in the building.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. I'm having a blast, honey. Y'all have to get security to get me about it here, honey. Listen.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a singer, but it seems like every time I sing your theme for
it comes right from here.
Right, it's
right
like
from here,
Cocktails
anybody can
and
sing
Convo.
Everybody gets a singer when they sing that song, honey.
And I'm not even singing, but it's like when I sing, I was like, wait a minute, that's still kind of alright.
It's music, honey.
Right?
It's music
for the soul,
ear.
right?
Oh, it feeds it. Oh, it feeds it. Something deep down in the nether regions, honey. Way up in the crawl, honey.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Did you say the nether regions?
Yes, God, the nether regions, down under, mate, down under. Yes, I love it.
Okay, so our chronicle for tonight is called Legends, Statements, and Stars.
Yeah.
And we have a great guest in the studio.
Absolutely epic.
We have none other than Dominique Gerard is in the building.
Yay! Beauty of the sun, AJ.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko.
That's where I got it from,
I
ladies and gents.
I forgot.
Cinco de Drinko.
First of all, I want to say happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. And so I had to play the Gaga for you. So
absolutely, honey.
Yeah. I'm a monster.
He is definitely
Oh, you're a monster?
He's a monster.
Okay. Are you a beehive as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say yeah.
Yes.
Just to avoid any.
Oh,
Decency, honey. Don't want to go.
No, I like it.
He tried to whisper, you guys. Nah.
It's alright if you're not a bee, because I'm not a bee.
I'm more on the Navy ship than bee ship.
Okay.
Alright,
good. Alright, so like I said, our chronicle for tonight is Legends, Statements, and Stars. So I wanted to have this particular chronicle because in my 4 years of hosting the Style Chronicles, I never done it. And I've been inquisitive about the whole ballroom scene.
Me too, actually.
About houses, things of that sort. It's like oblivious to me. I guess it's like a foreign language for me. I've heard different terminologies, I've heard different things, but as far as the in-depth details, I'm totally aversion to it, to be honest with you. And so I just want I want clarity, and I'm sure our listening audience would like to know, be more informed and things of that sort. So to start off, just let our listeners know a little bit more about you and how you got to, what house you're a part of and how you got to be there. And I'm going to ask some questions, and so hopefully you don't mind answering certain things, as I have some little things I printed out. So yeah, I'm very inquisitive. I'll let you know that right now. I'm very inquisitive. So don't be nervous.
I'm a little nervous.
It's gonna be fine. It's all good. Okay. So yeah, so just start off by letting our listening audience and myself know more about you, and then gradually get into the house thing and how you are part of that and all that good stuff.
Well, first let me just preface by saying I'm not like a ballroom rock star.
Okay.
Like, there are people who you know, are in the ballroom scene and you know them by face or by name, and that's not me.
Okay.
And I choose to be that way.
Okay.
But I am in the House of Christian,
Okay.
which is a small, shout out to the House of Christian.
Hey, Christian.
It's a small organization, but it's it was started by Ayana Christian, who's formerly Ayana Khan, who was the overall mother of the House of Khan.
Hello,
She
Ayana.
hired
Shout out to
Tommy.
Ayana.
She so she wanted to start her own organization because she had a vision in terms of what a ballroom house should be.
Okay.
And in the House of Khan, she was more so a trophy parent, where she really didn't have a lot of say so, you know. But so she decided to leave because she wanted to kind of, you know, steer her own ship.
Okay.
And I'm not really big. There are a lot like people who bounce from houses and they want that notoriety and the fame attached to the name, and I've never been that type of person. So when I initially came into the ballroom scene, which was years ago.
I like how you did that.
Years ago.
I was actually originally in the House of Khan, and it just kind of happened. Like I wasn't looking for it. It kind of found me, and DC has always been like this really had a really big presence in the ballroom scene. And so there used to be these balls at the edge called.
Ooh, you telling your age?
Right?
You telling your age? You telling your age?
Wait, I was
What is
not old
that?
enough.
I've never heard of it before.
I was not old enough to do that.
So you were the ones that stand outside and
Oh, no, I got in.
Oh, you got okay.
No, I wasn't old enough to get in,
Okay,
but
I
I
was about
got
to say,
it.
I know you got in. Oh.
No, I was in.
Okay.
But they used to have these bowls at the edge and these mini bowls, and so one day I just like, it was kind of like an out of body experience. You saw all of the everything, the pandemonium, and I just was like, I'm gonna get out there, and I did, and I got my tens, which is when
tens across the board.
most people know what tens
Yeah.
are.
With-
Yeah.
For those that don't know, what are tens across the board?
Tens is basically when the judges, they approve.
Right. Everybody approves.
It goes from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Right.
No, it's just 10 or not.
Oh, it's just 10 or not. So it's
Yeah.
not even anything below.
Oh.
See, I don't know how they say.
Oh, so if it's not a 10, they don't hold it up.
It's called a chop. You get
Oh.
chopped.
Oh.
Not chopped like when you like the Food
And
Network
the
chops?
worst thing is when the commentator, he lets everybody, just in case somebody missed it, it was a chop.
Oh,
So this is like chop, like Food Network chop, like the knife down and all
You been
that.
chopped.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So
You're
it's nothing less than a 10. If you don't get a 10, baby, you're chopped.
Right.
Yeah, so that means come all the way correct as don't come at all.
Now let me go back a little bit. So people know what is a house. Like outside of what the dictionary says a house is, but what as far as the ballroom scene, what is a house?
Well, a lot of people I've heard, and I guess agree that they basically look at it as kind of like a fraternity or sorority. Like it's these people who come together and they build this
Family.
this bond, and in a sense, they become family. And there is a mother of the house and a father. These are like the staple figures, and then they have their children.
So there's the mother of the house and the father of the house. Do they have to be in a relationship? Like,
No.
Like they could be like real close. Or,
Yeah, but not in a relationship in terms of like sexually. But,
Okay.
I mean, at some point, you do become good friends with all of your house members, and the mother and father. I would assume, I'm not a mother or father in the house, but I assume they have a very close bond. So
With all the children.
Okay, so with the house that you're in, is there a father out?
It's tricky.
Okay.
So we did have a father. So another thing is
Did the mother kill the father?
no.
Girl.
Was she on Snap?
Speaking of Snap, I always wanted to address that. I hate that. I always thought, on a July 12th day, it was so beautiful. John and Kim got married in a beautiful chapel on the East End.
And then before you know it, this story
Well, on
shows.
December the 28th.
Tragedy.
Yeah. Oh, God. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
So,
The father.
The The father.
yeah.
No, we're, I don't know.
So when there's not a father or there's not a mother, do you search and siege for one, or you just kind of just let it go and just have a single family home?
Well, no. Most
okay.
I think all houses have a overall mother and father. So yeah, we're in transition.
Okay.
Yeah,
So is there some kind of qualification that
for
has to
most
happen?
for most houses no, but
Okay.
for the House of Christian yes.
So,
I know that's
so
right.
okay, I'm trying to paint a picture. So, okay, let's just say, all right, I don't know, I need some close people in my life. I don't, my real family, I'm not close to nobody, whatever. And does people would I approach someone that's in the house? Would someone approach me that's in the house? Like, how does that?
Either way, I mean,
Okay.
it's if you express interest in wanting to be in the house, then typically at the bottom line they look for what you can do for them in terms of ballroom participation. Whether you walk, whether you have resources, or just a name. So a lot of that plays into house membership, but ultimately it is about ballroom participation.
Got you. Okay, do with the ballrooms, I guess I want to know, outside of the whole ballroom part, the mini balls and things of that sort, do the houses do anything in the community, like bringing people together, doing things around the holidays, feeding the hungry, like things of that sort?
We've actually done that, the House of Christian. Yeah, we, last Christmas, we basically had all of the house members, because, and like a fraternity and sorority, they have to pay their, I don't know what they call it, dues. You have house dues, and every meeting that we get together, which is like, ideally it will be like once a month.
Okay.
And you come and pay your house dues, but as opposed to us having the members pay house dues that month, we asked them to bring something to put into the basket that we were making for a needy family.
That's nice.
So where did the dues usually go to?
That's a blessing.
Anything that
Like
has
the building
to
that you guys are in, as far as having?
it's not an actual.
But like when you go and not in the actual house, but do you go to you have a building that you guys have that y'all come in and converse and have your meetings and?
Oh no, that typically happens at one of the houses.
Oh, okay.
No, but the house dues goes towards anything, like if the house was throwing a ball, then the money would be used for that. Or if we're going to a ball and we wanted to, show some sort of uniformity, and we decided we wanted to get T-shirts made or buttons or whatever, money goes towards stuff like that.
Gotcha. Now for the balls, is that the main focus of being in the house of the balls? Is that the pivotal moments and milestones for the houses?
It is. I mean, I think that there are some people that would argue or try to say it's not, just because they don't want to make it seem like balls are all, ultimately end all be all. But it really is. Like, the balls are like an award show. Especially major balls, not necessarily the mini balls.
Okay. Mini balls.
Okay.
Mini balls.
You look at that one.
I think I said a Jack McFarlane.
Yes.
Mini balls.
I love what.
I
Me too.
love.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we talking
Mini
about
balls.
mini.
Oh, the balls. Yeah, so the balls, namely the bigger balls. They. I am not a role model.
Oh, disclaimer.
Well,
disclaimer.
clearly.
The
Okay.
bigger events.
Right, yes.
They're like award shows,
Okay.
and you.
So y'all come done.
Done,
and it's
honey.
people who have the ballroom rock stars. They come out and they travel from state to state, and you get to see them. And one thing that I can say about, I'm not an expert in ballroom, so that's why I'm nervous about your questions.
Okay.
Well, you're speaking from your point of view.
Yeah, it's only from yours.
But one thing I can say, that the ballroom scene I've witnessed, it creates some of the most wildly talented and innovative people I've ever seen,
I can agree with
on
that.
or off TV.
Yeah,
You at these at the major balls, what is the categories, like runway, where they have to actually come dressed in these bizarre costumes. You're looking like, how the hell did they do? It's crazy. It is some of the most imaginative people I've ever come to know.
Wow, interesting. So, okay. All right. So for you, how has the experience been going from, one house to now, from House of Khan now to the House of Christian? How has that transition been for you with your house mother transitioning from where she was from and then now creating a whole new one and then adding new people? And like I'm sure there's new people and things like how's the relationship with that? How's the relationship with your house mother and you? Like how does that work right now?
Well, the experience from the House of Khan and the House of Christian are two completely different experiences. Number one, when I was a Khan, I was a kid, like a child.
Okay.
Excuse me. And in terms of the House of Christian, it's much more intimate. The House of Khan is a huge organization.
So they're like in other states too?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're
wow.
all over the place. Whereas Christian, we have a couple of members, trickled in, state here and there, but we're really small. Like we call ourselves a boutique organization.
Oh, okay.
You can get the best stuff in boutique.
That is true. You get one of a kind.
Yeah, exactly. And Ayana wanted it that way.
Okay.
But the House of Khan is what I like to say is they're like a machine. They have the machine behind them. So if one of their members, let's say you were in a house and you were walking this major ball, one thing that performance thrives on your feedback from the audience.
Sure.
And so when you have 100 of your house members in that place screaming your name, it makes you perform better.
Absolutely.
As opposed, to if you walk a ball and you're there by yourself, or you're not even in a house and you just walk a ball, no one knows you. So no one's going to automatically jump up and scream for you. Like you kind of have to prove yourself. So with the House of Christian, I mean, yeah, we're still growing.
Okay. Okay. So do you get along with all of your brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. But when we go to a break, when we come back from the music break, I'm going to talk about the categories with the balls and things like that. So before we go to a break, what is, outside of course winning trophies, I guess, but what is really the main reason for these balls that be going on with the different houses?
It's to provide, and what I think anyway, is to provide an outlet for the talent and for us all to come together and congregate and honestly, I mean, it's, if you're out there walking a ball and you win, it's a huge ego booster and it does a lot, I think, for one's self-esteem and camaraderie, and it, it teaches it. So I mean, there are negative things about the ballroom, it's clouded with, all of these.
Right, I'm going to talk about the negative parts.
Yeah.
What your thoughts are.
But I think that with anything, it is what you make it. And so if you put positivity into it, you'll get positivity back.
Absolutely.
Now, with in the house, do people work like regular jobs? Are they also doing school? Do they do live normal lives? 'Cause from what I've heard and what I've seen, a lot of it being in a house can absorb your life, and that's all you are. But I feel like once that's gone, then what do you have? You know what I mean?
I think that there are some people that allow it to consume them.
Okay.
But I feel like that you can't fall victim to something if you have those morals instilled in you from the door. So, with me personally, I never really, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with ballroom. I love it, but it drains me.
Okay.
So I've never been one to wanting to walk every ball and be this household name and all of that. So I mean, it's just, yeah, to answer your question, yes. I mean, because ballroom does not, you can write it on a resume, but I don't know how much good it'll do for you. So
right, that's about to say. Does it go on a resume and things like that? Depending on what what the job is, maybe.
Yeah, just like a sorority or fraternity, you can write on your resume that you were AKA.
Well, no. If I saw on someone's resume, yeah, I'm a member of the House of Christian, I'm gonna say, oh, okay. Foul, trash.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's no substance for a resume. That's not, like they're gonna say the house of what?
No.
They gonna look like, because people are gonna be confused. Like I don't get it.
Ultimately, it's meant to be extracurricular. It's an outlet. It's an outlet.
Okay.
And it's just to let your hair down.
So somebody could be in a 3-piece suit going to work 9 to 5, and then at the nighttime
right,
and they
Man, that is how it works. Essentially, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we want to take a music break, guys. If you want to call in, chime in on tonight's Chronicle, you're more than welcome to.
Yes.
The number here is 888-400-5574. Again, 888-400-5574. Make sure you call in when we come back from the music break. When you hear us back on air, then call us then. Again, 888-400-5574. All right, more Style Chronicles in a minute with my guest co-host on this Monday, Marco Monroe, and our guest, Dominique Gerard. More Style Chronicles in a minute. Back. That was just appropriate to play How Many Drinks by Miguel. I mean, it's Cinco, as y'all said, Cinco de Trinco.
Cinco de Trinco. Thanks, Dom.
Oh my goodness. All right, so if you're just tuning in, I am your host, Terrence. First of all, where y'all been if y'all just tuning in? Like, we came on at 7 o'clock.
Oh, no.
If you're tuning in. But if not, I'm reiterating, I'm your host, Terrence Styles. And I'm in the studio with my very fellow castmate of City Boys and host of Cocktails and Convo with Marco.
Did you hear the harmony, man? I'm not even singing. It just floats good. The float ball is real, baby.
Yeah, Marco Monroe is my guest co-host on this fine Monday
Hey,
evening.
Sugar Booze. Oh,
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
And also we have our guest in the studio. We have none other than Dominique Gerard is in the building.
Yes. Hey.
Yes. So our chronicle for tonight is legends, statements, and stories.
Ooh.
So Dominique, can there actually be legends in the ballroom community?
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay. Icons and okay.
I mean, nowadays it's kind of gotten out of hand where they're just handing out statuses like.
Really?
Yeah, but back in before my time, it was when you really had it was before
Yeah, the
you
earn
really
it.
earn it, and we're talking about people who have these huge names. In the ballroom scene, and this was prior to YouTube when you can watch it online. It was like you had to be there,
Right.
and so yeah.
You didn't see, you missed something.
Right, you missed it. Now this is another thing because I've heard this before. Have I seen it personally? I think my whole life I maybe have seen maybe one or two ball events, if I'm not mistaken, from around that time. But I've heard a lot. Is there rivalry? Is there like friction between one house to another house to another house, especially with somebody leaving from one and starting their own? Does that cause a lot of friction?
That's a good question.
And seeing people out and you like, they call each other BB and then they just have this rivalry and they fighting and all this, that, and the third. Is that going on? Because I've heard that it happens.
Well, not in our organization.
Okay.
But that definitely takes place. Most of the time, I find that there are these rivalries that are we call them like on the floor rivalry, where you have this person who you kind of like the Naomi and Tyra type thing, where it's like these are the two best at at what they do in that category. And so it's like, the people, they always want to see you two go at it, to see, because you have your following and says, oh no, this person is, sits over that person or votes better than that person or whatever the case may be. But off the floor, like a lot of these, rivals, they're actually good friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Because when I'm thinking about, this is what when I first heard about houses and things of that sort, I thought it was a great idea because especially and you can correct me if I'm wrong, when I thought of houses and in the gay community and things of that sort, I'm thinking that they were formed for individuals, maybe somebody who's a young kid, maybe preteen, teenager, who comes out, about his or her sexuality. The parents may disown them, and then they go, and then maybe a house mother or father sees this person and takes them under their wing, and then kind of molds them into, I guess, quote unquote, what they want them to be or what they think they should be, and then all of a sudden they become that child within this house. So is that how the whole house thing started?
Oh, well, I don't know how it started, but I do know that has been the case.
That's been the case,
and it still happens.
Okay.
where people who are of the LGBT, community, if they're, cast away by their parents, then this quote unquote house, this pseudo family that
Becomes
you
your home.
create, they become your home, they become your family, because it's the people who, like when you're out there competing, they're on the sidelines cheering for you.
Right.
So, everybody who's in the house hasn't been cast away by their families.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
like, Ayana's mother, like, was at her ball, and,
Okay.
yeah, so, and she supports everything that she does, and all of her family, actually. She actually has a really, really close-knit family relationship.
Okay.
But, yeah, so that's not always the case,
Case,
but
but
sometimes
it
it is.
is. Okay. So with the the categories with these the balls, how before once somebody comes in, you say I come in and then I don't necessarily know how to do anything. Are you trained to do certain categories, like to do runway or to be
Or to vogue.
to
or-
vogue?
Like, 'cause I always wanted to know, I wanted to ask that question too. Like, do you train? Do people?
'Cause I don't
train
know
on
how to
vogue?
vogue.
I don't
Neither
either,
do I.
honey. Like,
But I will say this, that I think that
Excuse me.
voguing is such an amazing art
It
form.
is beautiful to watch.
And I've tried, I
love to
just
see
can't
it.
do it. I have 2 left feet.
I go real fast with my hands.
Yeah, but like when you
And I like to just fall to the floor, and I like to just
Not fall.
Because it looks like a pass out, but you still alive, and then you just pop back up. I'm like, oh, yes for the dip. Ah, you better go ahead.
We gotta put a pause. We got somebody on the line. WPP Radio, the Style Chronicles. You're on the line.
Caller, are you there?
Caller. Hello.
Caller.
Caller, you there?
Did you shy away because I sound so amazing on the radio?
Caller, you there? All right, caller, call us back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll hang out with my buddy Will, and we'll get together. We just cut up and be stupid, and we just do. I just be going real fast with my
Yeah, I
hands.
just think it's amazing. Like, I love
Like,
to see it.
When I've seen it, I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, I know it's an art form clearly,
definitely
because
an art
especially when
form.
they dip down to the floor, like they drop.
And it's so perfect
especially
with the
they spin.
music. Oh.
I've seen some spin in the air and then fall. I'm like, someone call 911.
Hello. And but you can hear it. Like, when
Right.
it snap, I'm like, oh.
Like,
I'm like, oh.
and then it caught right. Well, like, well, how did you just do that? Like, I know it's an art form.
It's a
because
gift.
Somebody like me, I be done.
Yeah.
I be done down boots. Like, please, you need to call 911 right now.
Someone please call
But 911, exactly. So, but yeah,
Where's my life alert? Push the button.
Right.
Push it.
So yeah, I want to know, do they teach them how to vogue and do runway and all of that?
Well, I think that in my experience, it's like either you have it or you don't.
Okay.
So I don't think that anybody wants to have to put in that type of. It's like if you come to the house and you say, "Oh, I want to join your house," the first thing we're gonna say is, "Okay, well, what do you do?" Unless it's obvious, like
Yeah.
you
You look like
Right.
Tyson Beckford.
right.
Right.
You'd be like,
Calm.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I know what you do.
We don't know. Oh, I don't care what you do.
Dude, I got just keep your mouth closed.
But if you say, well, what do you want to do? And they say, I want to walk from where I want to vote. Well, show me. And that's what it is. And it's like either you can't. Now there are times, when they say, oh, this person wants to vote, they can use a little help, the kind, polishing. But other than that, and either not even with voguing, but like if somebody wants to walk face, you say, okay, well, you're actually really, really pretty, but you need some work done on your teeth or something like that. And
So do you guys fund that, or would you tell them to? Okay, so they would have to do it.
That's not part of the
deal.
dues. Oh, they got to do it on their own.
Well, I don't know about every.
That's a part of the
organization.
Obamacare, honey. I guess.
Oh,
you have to get that done. Okay.
No.
Okay, so that's something they have to.
Okay.
Now, do they shun them away if they do need work done and then they don't get it done?
Like, what's the rejection on?
Yeah, do they get a rejection letter? They do get shocked?
Well,
Yeah. Shop.
We've definitely had some people who kind of, you come to a house meeting and, they give this spiel, because we want to know, if we're essentially going to be calling you brother or sister or whatever, we want to know, well, what do you want from us? What do you intend to get out of this?
Absolutely.
And so it's like part of the interview process. And we've had people who, you know, sold these dreams and, oh, I want to do this and be that and blah, 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 blah. And then once they get in the house, oh, they don't want to walk any balls. And, oh, it's like always an excuse. And so, yeah, they get kicked out.
So you've actually sat on a panel of interviewing people and things of that sort?
To
become a part of that? Yeah, you have. Okay. So in the house, do the children have titles? Like, do you have a title, I guess by seniority or no? Okay.
No, it's just the mother and the father and then
the children.
Oh, just okay. Got it. Okay. Now with these balls, all right, these ball events in the different categories. Like I'm gonna mention some categories, and I want you to just give me what it really is in detail.
Okay.
So Butch Queen. Like, what is a Butch Queen?
Oh, please.
That's not a category.
It's not a category. Well, what is it?
Oh,
It's a
the Butch
person?
Queen.
You're a Butch Queen.
I'm a Butch Queen?
No.
Okay, is that a good thing?
I mean, it's a thing. It's not a bad
Butch Queen
thing.
is basically just a gay man that
Oh.
that isn't necessarily. Honestly, I call any gay man a Butch Queen. I don't care how masculine or feminine they are.
But I thought a Butch Queen. Okay, well, my dad. I thought because I don't know.
Mhm.
So, but I thought my definition is like a Butch Queen is like a gay man who isn't really that masculine, but isn't feminine, like too feminine. So it's like in the middle.
Essentially, that is what a Butch Queen
Okay.
is. But I call any gay man like
A Butch Queen.
Well, then that would be me then.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not a bad thing. Like,
Okay.
it's just a thing.
I didn't even know that's what I was.
Wow. The more you know.
Right. See, that's why we have these type of chronicles. Wow.
Yeah.
So, but there is a category for Butch Queens. What category is that?
Well, there are categories called like Butch Queen realness.
Okay, what is that?
It's basically how real you look, how you can come off to
Straight to somebody?
come off straight. Yeah.
Oh, so you can go like to a straight establishment, nobody would know
Would know
that you
that
are
you're
actually
gay.
gay because you look
Exactly.
like just. Oh, I know a lot of dudes like that.
And
you
they have
I'm
a-
looking for one.
Marco.
Where's my water? Because I'm looking for a husband, just in case y'all ain't
Oh my God! Please tell me you have a deadline like somebody else we know has a deadline.
Yeah, I do, honey, because
Oh.
my ovaries and stuff will start drying up and freezing up, honey. I'll be in the sperm bank sitting beside King. So, hey, girl, pass me the magazine, girl. Pass me the catalog, girl, because I'm looking. Because I need some children, honey.
Okay. Okay. So got it. So a guy that can look straight in a straight establishment. Somebody like a dude that could probably date a woman and wouldn't you know
She
that
wouldn't
they're
even
gay.
know.
Wow.
Like Portia. You know, I'm not going to keep giving all these Real Housewives references. You know, she just came out and said that there was some abuse going on. Anybody,
What's realness with a twist?
Ooh.
Realness with a twist, which used to be one of my favorite categories for other reasons. But
I don't know what those reasons are.
I want to know,
Wait a
well, what
minute.
is it and what are those
Right.
reasons?
Yeah. What is it and then what are the reasons why that's your favorite category?
well, it was my favorite category because I tended to attract Realness with a Twist participants. And what Realness with a Twist is basically, so you come out in the first round and they judge you on your realness, how real you look.
As real as what? I was a straight man.
But you may not be straight.
Well, most
No,
most real.
yeah.
I won't say all of them, but most of them are gay.
Now, before you continue, are straight dudes in these houses? Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do they get out of it? Well, being around all these gay people?
Child, listen, that's a
Or
whole.
are they truly straight?
Well, this is. I feel like because I think that when we have that attitude and that mentality, it hinders us as a community.
Okay.
He can't be all the way straight if he wants to walk balls.
Right.
Why not? I have a good time. I mean,
Okay.
so I
So
feel like
they can do it.
They can do
Okay.
it. I mean,
I didn't know.
I
Okay.
feel like just because I'm gay, that's not the end all be all in terms of why I'm there. I'm there
Got it.
because I enjoy it. It's a good time.
So they can enjoy it too.
Right. It's
Also, it's like a boys and girls club. Like they all
Okay.
come on.
if you want to go.
That was a cute little reference.
I mean,
Boys and girls
because
club.
the boys could come, the girls could come, the gays could come, the
Right.
straights could come, the
Right.
whites, the Latinas, the Mexicans. The
Wow, I didn't think about
Yeah.
that. Okay, I'm
But
sorry.
yeah,
So go ahead with the realness with the twist.
so they come out for the first round and then they're judged on their realness. Either you get your 10s or you get chopped. And then if you get your 10s, then you come back and you vogue, and that's the twist.
Oh, so you look like the straight, but you come out and give.
Oh, I've seen some of them.
And then give all of that.
You see him 1 minute, like, oh, he's, and then you turn around, you're like, oh my gosh.
Dang. Almost had one.
Right. Oh my gosh.
But I think it's sexy. I think that any person that can vogue is
the androgyny of it is adorable.
Well, okay. I mean, you can put a fitted hat on, and which is kind of what I was referring to earlier.
About your attraction to it.
I'm weird.
That's not weird at all.
That's what you're like.
All right, so obviously I know, obviously what face is pretty much a person that's pretty for the most part.
Like myself.
Right? Beat for the gods.
We're in a gray area. Let's go.
These palm trees up that they had because I'm trying to get a tan. I need no shade.
Oh my god. Sex siren.
Ooh,
so somebody that's pretty much their body is like
everything,
like abs down, muscle body.
Well, this is the kind of the mix up with sex siren. Sex siren essentially is supposed to be. A lot of the people who walk it have nice bodies. But essentially, it's supposed to be someone who oozes sex, even with clothes on. It's kind of gotten away from that, and now it's just like, you can kind of put someone that may be a 5, but then, with all this body, then that makes them a 10. And we know those types of
Now, can a sex siren always also be face?
What do you mean?
Like, can a sex siren also...
Like, do they have to have the whole package, or is it just based on the body? Because face is a whole different category besides
right.
sex
Like,
siren.
can face also be sex siren, and sex siren also be face?
Yeah, well, I mean,
because there's some people who are pretty but don't have a body, but there's some people who have a body but that may not have face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, there are people that walk multiple categories. I mean, when you get into the, the face, the realness, and the sex siren, we call those, a triple threat.
So somebody that sings and dances and acts.
Right, but in ballroom they call it and it's a category called perfect 10.
That's in the gray area.
The shade, as the time trickles down, the shade is getting thicker, honey.
It's single the drink up.
So now the drinks is taking a thing, man. Tell me how you really
I mean, you got on gray.
You know what? That's okay. Gray is my color. That's all right. 50 Shades of Gray. If you're nasty.
Hey.
Where's my Christian Grey?
Hey. Now, this is the category, every time I hear it, I giggle.
Okay.
Butch Queen up in pumps. I giggle every time I hear that. That's like Butch Queen up in pumps. Butch Queen up in pumps.
I'm assuming it's a Butch Queen in pumps.
Clearly, right?
That's not really, I find that they typically have that category in the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
They don't, they do it sometimes, but it's not a category that people look forward to. Honestly, and I'm not going to say that, but people don't really look forward to it, so they don't really know that.
So they wouldn't be Butch Queens. Because I was about to say, would Derek J and Miss Lawrence be Butch Queens? They would be Butch Queens.
Those
they would just be girls, right?
Those are fair
I don't know.
What they be called? I don't know.
What are Derek J and Miss
What
Lawrence?
are we?
Well, I don't know what they call themselves, but on me looking at them,
right? What would you call them?
I would call them a Butch Queen.
Because he goes up in Butch Queen.
Well, I wouldn't look at that Butch Queen up in pumps. I would just
because they wear pumps.
Well, they do, but I would just call them a Butch Queen. Clearly, they're not women.
Well, you can't tell them that.
Well,
I mean,
we're in a gray area.
Right. I love that. I think I'm about to steal that. Somebody said, "Look, we're in a gray area." Bitch, you about to use that on the filming for?
Yeah. Oh gosh. City boys, look out.
If we film together with somebody like, we're in a gray area. Like we're going to say it at the same time.
Oh my God, that's
out.
epic.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be epic. And then at the end of that, thanks Dominic, you're right.
Right. Look straight into the camera.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God, that is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me see. Of course, runway, simple.
Runway.
Are there different types of runway that you guys do, or houses do in the ballroom?
Well, ballroom runway is significantly different because it's a lot more animated. And exaggerated.
So like what the model troops do.
Yes.
Because that's what, and I'll be honest with you, that's what I find that a lot of these modeling troops in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area are doing. Like, doing this extravagant run, and they call themselves models, and I'm like, you're not a model. You're entertaining. You're putting on a performance.
I agree with that.
Because real models don't do that.
But you can't tell them that, and that's
Right, and you can't tell them. And I feel like
they're
they taking away from y'all, but then calling themselves a model.
They take
Well,
everything
actually,
away from
a lot of the kids in the modeling troops, they eventually joined
Houses.
Yeah.
And then I feel like some of the modeling troops are like houses because the way they conduct themselves. Like I see a lot of modeling troops talking about they about to have a mini ball. And I'm like,
that's because a lot of the people that run the modeling troops are in houses. And so they take in my opinion, they take a lot of the things that go on at the balls and incorporate them in their modeling troops. With the categories and
it's like ballroom light.
Yeah, it's ballroom light.
It's very much so. I feel like they're stealing from you guys and not giving you guys your props.
Well, I didn't create it.
I mean, I know you didn't create it, but you know what I'm saying? Just in general, I feel like if you're gonna take something, at least be like I just said, I love that. I want to take it, but I would give you credit,
absolutely.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I created, I did the gray area. I'm the creator of the gray area. No, that was you. And I just feel like that's what a lot of still in the studio with my guest co-host on this fine Monday evening on Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko.
Marco Monroe is still in the building.
Yeah. Hey, Sugar Boo.
And our guest is in the studio. Dominique Gerard is in the building.
Yeah.
Hello.
And our chronicle for tonight is Legends, Statements, and Stars. We've been talking about the ballroom community. We've been talking about houses, families coming together, all that good stuff. Talking about the categories of the different ball events, all that good stuff. So, Dominique, within the houses, do you guys have your own special language and lingo that most people like? If the three of us was out and y'all two in the house, but I'm not, and you see your house mother or what have you, and y'all have your own lingo and you understand, but I'm like, what the hell what are they saying?
No. I mean, I think the gay community, especially the African American gay community, we have our own language. But
that's true.
But it's not Mama Sahini Booty Mama.
Yeah, I know what. No,
Okay. We got somebody calling. WPB Radio, the Style Chronicles.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Marco. Hi, Sarah. Hi.
Is this Patty?
Oh, hi. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. This is Patricia.
How are you?
Yes.
We know. You've been anticipating calling in, have you?
Yes, we've been waiting for your call.
Good stuff.
It is Cinco de Mayo, and it is my birthday, and I do want to have
Yes.
a cocktail.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
So your birthday will always be Cinco de Mayo or Cinco de Drinko. Isn't that something?
And everybody wants to drink with me.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Absolutely. She's a ball of something.
It was so good seeing you a couple of weeks ago at Dominique's book signing. It's good to see
It
you.
was wonderful, and I want to again congratulate Dominic on a wonderful event and a wonderful book. He was doing all of the beautiful things that Dominic does, and his work
amazing.
is to be applauded.
Thank you so much,
We can give the applause.
A long way, baby.
Absolutely. For those that don't know, he just released a book. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. It's called Boy Meets Boy.
Boy Meets Boy.
We'll talk. He's going to go into detail about that later, but it's absolutely amazing.
Definitely. Good stuff.
So what's going on, Patty?
I am excited because you guys are on the radio and you're doing so well, and both of you have just blossomed right before my eyes.
Oh, thank you so
You're
much.
also cast members
Yes.
on a show.
Yes.
Cast members with me.
Yes. Yes.
It's wonderful to hear you doing independent projects and that Fall House of Snow is going to finally become a reality.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the play that Patricia Corbett has wrote. And it's absolutely amazing. We're going to do, it's called The Fall of the House of Snow. We'll be starting in Atlanta.
Someone is an actress.
Yes, we both are noble actresses. We're both in the play. Yes, it's absolutely going to be epic.
Thespians before me.
Yes,
my fellow
absolutely,
thespians.
absolutely. So please make sure you check us out on Facebook. The Fall of the House of Snow is going to be amazing.
It's the perfect segue to the conversation about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's based about
How ironic.
Yeah, it's about a house.
Yeah.
Write the play, and so the play is a play about a ghost, a boxer, a writer, and I'm using my gay quotes here, massage therapist.
That would be me.
Recovering alcoholic.
I'm not in recovery.
Members of the House of House. And so they have these professions, but by night, they are the hottest queens on the circuit, collecting coins and having cocktails and just living and loving life.
Yes.
And they're drag
epic.
performers.
Oh.
Yeah, drag performance. It's absolutely
Wow.
amazing.
This should be very interesting.
Yes.
Muy estante.
Yes, that's what the Spanish. Ooh, a little Espanol going
Yes.
And so you have Marco there, who is Autumn Snow. And
Yes.
Nick is Christmas Snow, and Christmas is the writer, and Autumn is the
Massage therapist.
Massage therapist.
Right.
Yeah, allegedly.
Hello, Lord. Here we go, allegedly. Allegedly. Lord
Yeah.
have
She
mercy.
allegedly is doing some special things so that she can get her hormones.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My character, not me, honey. All natural.
Hmm.
Oh, it's epic. It's an epic play. I love it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so excited.
Is it coming to the DC area?
It's going to come to the DEC area,
Okay.
hopefully in 2015, and I'm going to drop this little nugget. It may be at the Woolly Mammoth because I'm talking with them now.
Oh, yay.
Good
Oh my
stuff.
gosh,
Good
I'm
stuff,
so
good stuff.
excited.
Cool.
Yeah, so I do want to make sure that I mention that the play isn't just entertainment, it is edutainment. And so this house is they're not only popular, but they're dealing with real issues like some of the things you talked about, being isolated from your family because you're gay,
Right.
your church, your community.
Yeah,
What
it's
it's
very
like
informative.
To, have to deal with that and be black, male, and gay. And they're all strung together by this strong woman who is holding the house together. Which is a
Gotcha.
little different than the typical house.
It's amazing. I mean, you guys will love it. It's very informative. It's absolutely, it's funny. It'll make you cry, laugh, and all that.
Cool. Have you guys been rehearsing it?
Yeah, like we're starting.
We start
Yeah.
official rehearsals on May 17th.
Okay.
We
Cool.
have a director and executive producer who are out of Atlanta. They're wonderful people. The play is being executive produced by Extreme Entertainment out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And our director is Onyx Keisha, who is the mastermind of Onyx Keisha Films, one of the baddest black lesbians on the planet.
You gotta say that.
She will be directing it.
Good stuff. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sounds good. Can't wait till it comes out. You know, I'll definitely support you
Yes,
guys.
absolutely, please.
From one thespian to another thespian.
Entertainment
Yeah.
call. I want to return to my cocktails now.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Drink two for me.
And Dominic.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't she sound beautiful? See how she just sounds?
I know, right?
Something about when you sing, yeah.
Lisa Ross, you will be in VIP with us.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
love to. I would love to. Thank you so much for calling in.
We're going to work that out and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sounds good. Have a good birthday. Rest of your birthday.
Bye, Patty.
Bye, Patty.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Hey.
Olé.
Olé, 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 olé. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that was good. That was good
Yes,
stuff, good
I love
stuff.
my Patty.
Love
So pretty much you said it's pretty much no lingo. It's pretty much how how we as gay African American men
Yeah.
have a tendency to talk, especially when we're around our good Judies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're from
Because
that-
I'm a different person when I'm around, especially around my
Yes.
buddy Will. We cut up from the
Baby,
floor
I'm
up.
trying
Like
to tell you.
we literally have lingo because we just it's I love when you have friends that you could just look a certain way and they already know what the hell
what's
was
going on.
going on.
That's being done.
Like,
Yeah.
Bitch, what you?
And but like our thing is we break out into like quoting
From
scenes
movies.
Ah.
Jack is rocking for that.
Oh,
And people look at us like, what
What
the
is
hell are they
that?
talking about?
Yeah,
And we are in tears, like dying.
just
laughing.
dying.
Mhm.
It's so random at the weirdest place. We could be in Costco, honey. It's so never mind. It's a movie. And we just bust out.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Now, who are some of the people that? I guess you only can speak from you being in the House of Con and now in the House of Christian. Who are some of the people that came before y'all, before your house mother, that you guys look up to? That has been around in different houses and made a platform for the ballroom community and houses and things of that sort.
I mean, the list goes on, but there are certain people that stick out to me, like in terms of, because when I mean, I don't really participate in ballroom as much as I used to.
Okay.
But when I did walk, I walked Butch Queen Face.
Okay.
And one of the people who, aside from, I mean, I'm a face, what we call a face girl. You know, whether you're a boy or a girl, you know, they say, oh, that's a face girl, you know.
Okay.
And so, the people that, aside from Ayana, who is my gay house mother, but she's also taken on a role as my real life mother.
Okay.
And aside from her, I would say Whitney Garcon. He used to be a Mugler, but now he's a Garcon. He's like the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Oh, I know Whitney. Whitney looks like a porcelain doll.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
and he
her.
doesn't age.
I like. How do you like?
I want to see him. I never seen
Yeah.
Oh my God,
He looks like a porcelain
perfection.
doll.
He's
I was like,
perfection.
like, do you like? Where did you come from?
Speechless.
I see a couple people like that. Like, it's a guy that I know. He's a really cool dude. His name's Kalon. He's another one.
Kalon just texted
Yeah.
me on
Kalon is a-
Facebook.
yeah,
Shout out to Kalon.
Yeah, Kalon is another one. I'm like, where did you come from? Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, is that real? You know what I mean? Like, that's like, there's no like. To me, I feel like there's no man that looks like that walks the face of this earth. Like, seriously, where did you come from? Like,
Right.
Beautiful.
yeah, like you came from Mars or something, or Venus or whatever, Neptune, Pluto, one of those.
And one of, I mean, another thing aside from his aesthetic beauty is that Whitney is one of the most like humble people you will ever meet. Like, he's so
that's
sweet.
really good.
And in the ballroom, it's sad to say, a lot of these people, they let the fame and these are my funny ears, you know, and all that notoriety go to their heads, and they have nasty personalities and attitudes. And I'm like, you know you're not making any money for this. I mean,
You can't
maybe,
be at a,
I mean, you
you know,
can't get
corny
up as a
event.
grand prize, but at the end of the day, like, you know, so, but he's always so approachable and so wonderful. So that's something that, you know, someone like me who's younger than him, you know, you look up to that. Like, you know, this guy, he's older than I am, you know, preserved himself. He looks amazing. And he's also, like, you know, really sweet and, you know, and successful in and out of ballroom. And so essentially that's, you know, the type of people that I look up to. That you want to look up to, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to ask you. I'm sure because you hear so much of the negative.
Yeah.
Like, you hear about some of the houses that craft, that that like to fight, that do drugs and things of that sort. So I wanted to really get more of the positive enlightenment of the ballroom scene in houses, because you hear so much of the negative. Have you come across people who even been maybe in your house who maybe turned to drugs, or maybe crafted, or maybe did some things that just was not suitable? It wasn't ideal to be in the house of Con or Christian.
I have come across people who dibble and dabble in all of the above, but one thing that I'm no saint.
All right.
Right. I'm not a role model, and I will never claim to be.
Okay.
And so, I just think that everything that you do, whatever it is that you choose to do, it should be done with tact.
Right.
And so I don't care if you shooting up, smoking dope on the boat, whatever.
Right.
Whatever you do in the privacy of your home, that's fine. But it's when you put it out there on Front Street and you allow the people, you begin to make a spectacle of yourself. That's what I have a problem with. And in terms of the crafting thing, I spend my own money. That's all.
I know that's right.
So, and I do know people that that used to craft, and it was because honestly, it was a means to get by, And some people, they take advantage, of all of that, and eventually the law catches up with you. But
Okay, cool. Okay, so it's about to be it's May, and Pride is coming up in DC and towards the end of the month. How do the houses, with you only can speak on the houses that you've been in. Do you guys participate in prides and things of that sort? Do y'all go out to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, pride is pride for I think anybody, no matter if you're a house or if you're in a house or what. Bush Queens want to see other Bush Queens.
Okay.
From all over.
Because I didn't know. Because sometimes
all over the world.
Because sometimes other gay men, they're over the prize. They don't want to be. So I wasn't sure if that's how houses are. They like to know we're just doing out. Like maybe you created your own thing during Pride.
Yeah.
You don't go out to the festivities. You just like let's just come together and do our own. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking more stuff like that.
Well, typically, I mean, Pride has become just an excuse to go out and turn up, for lack of a better term.
Gotcha.
But houses do, take advantage of the fact that, this is a holiday weekend and they want to capitalize on that. So a lot of houses have like major balls during Pride, like the House of. Well, I'll give them a plug. So the House of Con is actually having a really big ball here in D.C. Memorial Day weekend, and they're taking advantage of the fact that it is, a Pride weekend, and it's going to be a lot of people in town. So why not?
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I have a question. So, like during the prides, and like you said, you guys capitalize on that, and do the balls and stuff like that. Is that also like a recruitment season? Like, do you recruit people that come from from different states and stuff like that?
That's a good one.
I mean, because that's how I would capitalize if I was a house mother or a house father. Is that something that you guys do? Or?
I mean, definitely. I mean, I think that whether it's Memorial Day or Tuesday, anytime that
I like that. I like how he said that. It was Memorial Day or Tuesday. I like that. That's good.
So anywhere that you are, if you see something or someone, it's definitely open season for recruitment. There is no open close for business. No, if it's hot, we want it.
Okay. Good stuff. All right, guys. We're gonna take a quick music break. When we come back, we're gonna wrap up the show. Get some last minute comments from Dominic and give out Chronicle message and talk to you guys what's coming up for next Monday's Chronicle. All right. So more Style Chronicles in a minute. Don't go nowhere. It is now 9:51.
Yeah.
Yes, 9:51.
Come on, rude boy.
Yeah, that was a little rude boy for y'all.
Yeah.
We're about to wrap up tonight's show. And
already?
Yeah, I know.
See this Lapidus. Oh my God. I have to come back for another.
Yes, you do.
Encore.
Yes.
Call it if you back.
Before we leave, coming up after us is the 90s Play Lounge with Kimmy Ye and Dev Ricks. But make sure you tune in every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. for the Live Wire Morning Show. They're absolutely hilarious. If you need some humor to get you through your travels to work or school, then you definitely want to catch them every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I want to say that it's been a pleasure having my fellow castmate. Cocktails and
Convo with Marco. Hold the nose. Cocktails and convo. Yes, I'm telling you, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing.
It's been amazing.
Amazing. It's been absolutely amazing, darling.
I think you're going to need a Marco dictionary for all your words.
You have to watch on YouTube my show, Cocktails and Convo.
Yes, you got
Marco, to understand the lingo.
Yeah, yes, you need a dictionary.
I should come out with a new book coming soon.
Right.
Coming soon.
Right.
Stay tuned.
Exactly. I also want to thank you, Dominic, for coming on the show and just enlighten me even more about the ballroom community, houses, things of that sort. Because I was very in the gray area.
In the gray area.
Yeah, I was very in the gray area with it. So you brought me more into the black. I like to
back to black.
Yeah, back to black.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. And tell the our listening artists how people can reach out to you with what's going on next with you, all that good stuff.
You can find me on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Dominic Gerard, and then on what is that? Instagram. I just changed the name. I forget. Pink Warhol is my name.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my Instagram. And what's next for me is I'm actually a newly published author.
Okay.
So myself, along with a really good friend of mine, Christopher Eugene, we created this book called Hey Chris.
Hey Chris.
We created this book called Boy Meets Boy. the gay man's little black book, Kiss and Tell. And so what it is I don't like to say we wrote the book because it's not really like a written piece that you sit and read. It's actually, we created it. It's like an adult themed dating diary. And so basically what you do is, you know, it's these pre-written questions. And it asks you things as simple as, you know, what his name is and what his zodiac sign, and then it asks you more racy questions like, you know, what is his endowment and what his fetishes. And so it's like it's essentially your little black book to chronicle like all of your loves or dates or one night stands or whatever. And so it's the first in a 3-part series. So Boy Meets Boy is first, and that's on sale now.
And where can they buy it?
You can purchase it online on the website www.thehouseofvanity.com, and house is spelled Haus. And then Girl Meets Girl will be coming out in the fall, which is for the lesbians, and then Girl Meets Boy, which is for all of our favorite girls, the faggots.
For the Judy.
The straight girl. Yes, and so that's what's up. And then, as we previously said, me and Marco are
tonight are trying it.
We're in a great area. We both will be co-starring in the fall of The House of Snow and making its debut during Atlanta Pride in August. And then I also shot a film with Lee Hayes. Do you know Lee Hayes?
Yeah.
Shout out to Lee.
Hey Lee. I just talked to him yesterday.
So I did a movie with him called Date.
Okay.
And that's coming out in the winter.
Winter 2014.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Cool.
I have a cameo in there somewhere.
Cool.
Yes, I see. Marco does have a little.
Oh, do you? You always pop it up.
I am a noble black.
Oh Lord! Make sure you hit your note.
Always.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's good stuff. Good, great. Marco, you know, we're winding down. Do you have your chronicle message?
I do. My chronicle message for tonight is that I want to enlighten you, Sugar Poos, to always stay encouraged. That do not allow a setback to, you know, discourage you or get you down. Always remember that a setback is a setup for a comeback, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I live with my door.
Right.
I guess I fix my life for
Right.
Yes, but always stay encouraged, darling. Come from a place of gratitude and positivity and just move forward.
Yes, I love it. So, Marco, how can people reach out to you? How can they find you?
Well, definitely. You can always find me on YouTube at Cocktails and Convo with Marco. Cocktails and Convo. Yes, definitely check out my YouTube show, Cocktails and Convo with Marco. You can also hit me up on Instagram at Marco's Back, MarCozBack. You can hit me up on Facebook at Marco Monroe and on Twitter at Marco's Back.
What about your Jack?
What's your real name and not your Jack name, honey?
He did not.
That's Marco Monroe. But that's another that's a great area right there. But yes, definitely. And like Dominic said earlier, the fall of the House of Snow is coming for me very soon. And I have a couple of singles coming out very soon. I'm
I can't wait.
Trying to get,
I'm really excited for
show.
those.
And it's summer, honey. I want something we can party to, honey. Hit it in the club. Yeah.
And then, filming with City Boys.
And City Boys, darling. I can't forget the City Boys. Yes.
Baby.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be epic. You guys, please tune in. Oh, and before I forget, I want to give a shout out to my lovely good sisters and Sugar Poos. Jeff, they called in. Thank you so much. Ryan, lovely. Rome. Hey, Rome, I know you're listening. And to everyone that's listening and literally supporting me, thank you so much. Monica and my supervisor, my good Mags, Bags, Money Bags, Magda. I love you guys. I love all of you guys. You're absolutely
Rags, Bags, Money. Wow.
Yes, I love it. Mags, Bags, Money Bags, all that. Oh my God, I love it. And thank you guys. And that's, everything. And thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course.
I had a blast.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. All right, guys, before I give my chronicle message, make sure you check me out on Facebook, Terrence Styles, TERONCE, Styles with 2 Y's. I'm on Instagram, only the number 1, Mr. Styles, MR, Styles with 2 Y's. Also, Twitter, Terrence Styles. Also, make sure you go and be a member of the Style Chronicles radio show group.
Yes.
Also, check out the website, the Styles with an S Chronicles with an S.wordpress.com. Also, the Style Chronicles is on Twitter, Style Chronicle with no S's. Style Chronicle. All right, so next week is an all-new Chronicle. Is entitled A Mother's Love. My guest co-host for next week is the Danielle Baker. And she will have her mom on the show. And unfortunately, I was trying to get my mom to get on the show, but she said she will call in. So,
that's good.
So hopefully my mom will call in next week because it'll be the day after Mother's Day. And I thought this would be good just to reflect on our moms and have some, hear our moms talk about us a little bit. And so this should be a fun show next week. So again, next week is an all-new Chronicle entitled A Mother's Love. And with guest co-host will be the Danielle Baker. All right. So my Chronicle message: when you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake in someone else's dream. Again, when you can't sleep at night, it's because you are awake in someone else's dream. All right, guys, so reflect on that. Hope you have a great, great rest of your Cinco de Drinko.
Yes, drink it up, honey.
Have a good time tonight. Be safe.
Always safe.
And we'll see you next Monday. We love you from the bottom of our Chronicle
From
hearts.
the bottom.
Deuces.